Since 2019, COVID-19 has caused a major global pandemic, spreading rapidly and causing several million deaths, which continue to increase. Quarantines, lockdowns, and masks are changing people's lives and inducing fear. The Alpha variant discovered in the UK mingles easily with humans by blending into cells, enabling the virus to effectively replicate itself within the cells, spreading quickly and vigorously. Beta and Gamma are more intelligent at dodging the body's immune system, reducing the protective power of vaccines against these mutant strains. The Delta variant discovered in India is the most contagious, raising the rate of becoming severely ill after infection, reducing the protective power of vaccines. The Lambda variant discovered in Peru is currently ravaging South America. Its infectivity and death rates are continuing to be observed, and in the future, what other new variant diseases might we face? This wave of COVID-19 is spreading around the world and mutating rapidly. Even among the vaccinated, there are frequent cases of infection, which makes people frustrated and uneasy. At this moment, mankind must unite, not be divided, to resolve the current crisis together and prevent the virus from continuing to rage, claiming countless lives. Heads of state, medical staff, medical researchers, religious leaders, philanthropists, etc. are looking relentlessly for both physical and spiritual ways to prevent and fight the virus. Getting vaccinated strengthens the coverage provided by the vaccines. Although COVID-19 has always mutated, clinical data show that vaccination can reduce the probability of severe illness. Strengthen your immunity, maintain a healthy schedule, eat a balanced diet, and maintain positive thinking. The sun is the best natural disinfectant. Exercise more and breathe deeply, increase lung capacity and body oxygen content. Drink more warm water, promote a healthy cycle in the body. The breach in this wave of pandemic prevention was the result of humans' lack of conscience and honesty. Selfishness and self-deception gave the virus a chance to grow. Haven't we humans yet learned our lessons? We should all face ourselves, listen to our inner voice, and follow the call of conscience. Vaccines are a remedy, but our heart is the foundation for solving problems. We need to do the right thing through our conscience, respect all things on earth, face difficulties with love. Together, let us build a safer, peaceful world as one. Love, peace, conscience.
The coronavirus has changed the life of all human beings in the entire world. Its mutation speed is quite fast. We don't need to panic, but we must protect ourselves internally and externally to strengthen the immunity of our body, mind, and spirit. Come on, let's remind each other to follow the guidelines of the 3 don'ts, 5 do's, and 6 tips.
The 3 don'ts. Don't be anxious, don't worry, and don't lose your temper. 5 do's are: wash your hands more often, drink more warm water, do more exercises, be happy, and be more careful. The other 6 tips are: wash your hands frequently, wear face masks, practice social distancing, avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Increase your lung capacity through breathing exercises and maintain a positive mindset.
In our fight against the pandemic, we should uphold our conscience and honesty. Let's work together. Hopefully the pandemic will be over soon so that we can return to our normal life.
Hello everyone, welcome to Global People Daily News GPDN. I'm Amy. I'm so happy that you can join us today. At the end of 2021, I am really grateful for we are still alive. How about you? If now you are watching, then you survived too. So congratulations on that. And this is a really good time to say thank you to our family, our friends for supporting us through the year. We can see shining golden colors in the field and all kinds of harvests available. It's a beautiful harvest time. and people around the world with gratitude to thank the heaven and earth for providing us everything we need. It is a really special time of the year, and GPDN is honored to host this online activity today, and we invite friends from different countries including the United States, Myanmar, Taiwan, and Denmark, sharing their story about joy, about gratitude. So first, I would like to invite Mr. Jason from the US. He shares with us about his family's gathering for the Thanksgiving weekend. Jason, over to you.
Hello, I'm Jason and I'm from the United States. For me, Thanksgiving is about family. And in my family, lots of aunts and uncles and lots of cousins, and Thanksgiving was one of the few times a year when all of us, 20 or now 30 or more of us, got together to enjoy each other, to spend time with each other, to eat together. And that's really what made it special. What I'm thankful for is my family and the opportunities I've had to spend really enjoyable times with them. Typically, we would all get together and everybody would bring a dish and everybody would make a dish and everybody would have an idea for a last minute dish to make on the day. And that would lead to a very chaotic kitchen in the morning. Aunts and uncles bumping elbows and chasing the last ingredient that they were looking for. And it made for a fabulous meal, a meal that would last hours and have every different dish that you could imagine. It was generally the biggest meal we would eat together in our family, and it was really great, reflect on the past year and look forward to the next one together as a family. Those were really some of the best memories of my childhood, and now it's a little bit more work, but also an amazing opportunity to reconnect with those people in a little more serious and thoughtful way. Obviously, the generation above me is getting older and wants to look back. The generation below me is getting more exciting and more interesting by the day, and to hear all the new ideas being injected into our family. Thanksgiving is one of the primary places where all of that mixing between generations happens. So for me, Thanksgiving is really about giving thanks for your family and taking the time to appreciate that there is a group of people to whom I'll never be more connected to anyone else. When I think about Thanksgiving more broadly, I think that's what I see in common. For most people, it's about food. For nearly everyone, it's about family. But for the really, the most thoughtful people, it is about connection. And that's what we're looking for. So thanks for allowing me the opportunity to share. And I hope that you have a wonderful Thanksgiving of your own.
Thank you, Jason. And it is really interesting to know other people's family tradition on the other side of the world. And I can tell that Jason really enjoys the family time together. I love the story of last minute dish. I can imagine the big family in a house spending time together. That must be so much warm and fun. Jason reminds us that Thanksgiving is not only about food or people. Furthermore, it's about the people who help our families and those we have connection with. And now, let's come to Miss Nu from Myanmar. Nu introduced how the Burmese express their gratitude with flowers and light. Nu, it's your time now.
Hi, my name is Nu. I am from Myanmar and now I am a resident of California in USA. In many countries, November is Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving has a long history in religious and cultural traditions and has long been regarded as a secular holiday. On Thanksgiving Day in the United States, I saw that many families lit up many different lights. In some communities, lanterns of many shapes are decorated throughout the streets. It reminds me of the lighting festival in my hometown. I would love to share experiences of similar to Thanksgiving in my country. It is the Danger Festival. This festival is held on the full moon day of the 7th month in the Myanmar calendar, which usually falls in that week of October. This festival is to welcome the Buddha and his disciples who descended from heaven after he preached the Abhidhamma to his mother, Queen Maya, who was reborn in heaven. In order to show the gratitude for motherhood, the Danger Full Moon Day is the special sacred day for Myanmar Buddhists. Therefore, during the Danger, the glorious array of light is dedicated to welcome the descent of Lord Buddha from heaven. Some religious Buddhists offer flowers on this special day. Pagodas and houses across the country are decorated with electric lights, colorful paper lanterns, candles, and even small ceramic dishes filled with oil to light the wicks. The main places of worship, such as the Great Golden Pagoda, are crowded with incense bearers who light candles to pay homage to the Buddha and receive merit. Each lamp adds to the incredible spectacle of the thousands of small flames that burn at night. Meanwhile, on the streets, fireworks are set off or hot balloons are fired, which rise silently across the sky and then burn out. We also have a lot of music shows and street markets and night markets around the country. We eat a lot of traditional, delicious Myanmar food and walk around the street celebrating and having fun. We also have a chance to spend time together with our families and friends. On this day, some relatives came back from afar, and we could play with firecrackers and set off lanterns together. The danger is also associated with paying homage not only to the Buddha and his teachings, Dhamma, but also to the order of monks, Tanga, parents, teachers, and other relatives. In this way, lay people are able to emulate the gesture of gratitude that the Buddha paid to his mother during his sequester in Tawadita. Visits are made to parents and elders to present gifts and to give thanks. And some people hand out food donations, sududita, to friends, family, and strangers alike. During the festival days, we usually go to pagodas and monasteries to pay respect to the monks and offer food. We also usually pay respect, gadol, to our parents, teachers, and elderly relatives and offer them some fruits and other gifts. Also, while paying homage, We usually ask for forgiveness from the wrongdoings we have caused upon our parents, all the other elderly relatives throughout the year. Traditionally, our parents tell us that they forgive any of our wrongdoing and continues to bless us with good luck and give some big notes as pocket money. This is a great appreciation and gratitude to everyone. So, the Danger Lighting Festival is one of our favorite festivals in Myanmar. Wish everyone happy, healthy, and safe every day. Thank you very much. ကျေးဇူးတင်ပါတယ်ရှင်
Thank you, Nu, for sharing the lighting festival with us. Lights really give us a warm feeling. And through the lighting festival, people in Myanmar show gratitude to parents, teachers, and elderly relatives. And this all happens at the end of the year. So there are lots of similarities among different countries around the world. It seems that showing gratitude is beyond culture and actually it's universal. And now let's move to Chishang, located in Taiwan. Since 2009, Chishang Township Taidong County Culture and Art Association, as well as Lovely Taiwan Foundation, have been holding Chishang Autumn Harvest Festival in Taiwan every year to show gratitude to heaven and earth. This year, the internationally renowned Cloud Gates Dance Theater danced in the Golden Rice Harvest, and the singer 9MAA also sang for the harvest. Let's take a look.
欢迎各位池上的乡亲以及贵宾朋友们来到池上乡参加第13届的池上秋收稻穗艺术节的活动。跟大家解释一下，第一届我们在办的时候是在田的不知道哪一边一块很小的地方，请了音乐家在田里面演奏，而没有观众席。所有的观众呢，就是我们的乡亲，还有路人，走着走着，就停下来听听音乐。一直到现在走过了13个年头，我们迎来了这么大的舞台，还有这么多的观众。
我觉得在这个地方，这个中央山脉跟海岸山脉，还有这一片稻田，那最重要的是池上的乡亲，在座的各位会给台上的舞者很多的能量，然后让舞者可以在台上非常尽兴的表现。
而且不要忘记了，这片田还有老天爷也是表演的一部分。谢谢老天爷，让我们把这个舞台交给云门舞集。 声音是我的，我要大声的唱一样，让旋律在时间回荡，甩掉所有的假想，亦或是假想你那些怀疑生命让人分不清自己，不完美的让我骄傲，固执的无可救药，疯狂的你慢慢跑，我相信他知道，不要别人来教我怎么走，那就往前走，不要停留，无法言语的力量牵动着我。
从来没有在这里办过的环节，我们要大合照，因为今天聚在一起真的很不容易。不要忘记，我们是同住家人。
Thank you, Cloud Gates. It must be an incredible feeling to dance in the harvest, to glory the heaven and earth. Thank you, heaven and earth, for supporting all kinds of life living on this beautiful planet. We know there's much love that comes from the sharing of heaven and the earth. She provides us with a place to live, plants to grow, and food to eat. We cannot live without her. So thank you, heaven and earth. And now we are off to Denmark. Miss Lissie Brobjerg will share the joy of harvest with a Thanksgiving Mass and a celebration activity in Denmark.
Hello, my name is Lissie Brobjerg, and I'm from the Schiller Institute, Denmark. Thank you to Global Daily News for inviting me to share my story regarding celebrations of harvest in Denmark. Throughout the history of the Danish kingdom, we have always celebrated the end of harvest in autumn. Back in the times of the Vikings, it was tradition to sacrifice gifts to the Norse god of fertility, Frey, and attention was also paid to the god Thor, who was responsible for rain, wind, and thunder. Because Frey would sometimes ride a pig, this animal was therefore also important. In later times, along with Denmark becoming Christian, the harvest celebrations were considered as days of giving thanks to God for allowing good weather and a fruitful harvest. Until 1770, the Danes had many different days for celebrating saints. One of them was the celebration of Saint Michael on September 29th, celebrating that the harvest was over. It is believed that this day of festivity was introduced to substitute pre-Christian traditions. Besides being a day of celebration, it was also a day to relocate the labor force and for people to pay back their debts and take new credit for the coming year. On that day, the churches would be decorated with cereals and fruit. Denmark has traditionally been an agricultural country. Therefore, the outcome of the harvest has been important, and crop failures were detrimental for the survival of humans and even animals. The celebrations of the harvest are traditionally celebrated in all of the churches in the country with a mass, and it was regarded as a Thanksgiving Mass. Now, the Danes have always depended especially on cereal crops, and the most important are wheat, rye, oats, and barley. They have historically constituted a major part of the yearly income, and the seeds are necessary for the sowing for the next year. A bad harvest meant that some would go hungry during the cold and harsh winter. Many Danish winter songs, therefore, have a dramatic and melancholic sentiment. One Danish song with the title "It is White Out Here" laments that ravens scream, owls hoot, seek food, seek shelter. For this reason, the most important aspect of the harvest celebrations and the masses was to show gratitude and to share one's surplus with those who have less. It has long been the tradition for people to make offerings, and for a long time it has been cash. One way to collect the offerings has been to have a bowl at the altar, and then one member from each family will walk up to the altar, called the Walk of Offering, and put cash in the bowl. Each family would offer an amount suitable to their standing, and the collection would go to the poor people in the village, especially to make sure that everyone would get through the long winter. This tradition still persists, but in a less ceremonial way. Apart from the Thanksgiving Mass, bigger farms would simultaneously celebrate the harvest. These farms would arrange a party in the barn, and all the rural people of the area were invited to participate, including other farms that were not rich enough to organize a celebration themselves. Both churches and barns were festively decorated. Because the cereal crops are so crucial for society, they're the most important part of the decoration. Sheaves, which are cereal crops bound together after reaping, are collected and used for decoration. Sometimes a sheaf would be dressed as a woman, and the one who tied the last sheaf would dance the first dance of the evening with this sheaf. In addition, the place will be decorated with flowers and all the vegetables and fruits of the season. During the church mass, the candidates for confirmation for the coming spring walk in with vegetables and fruits and place them on the altar while a prelude is playing as a gesture of gratitude. During the party, people will eat, sing, and dance. Traditionally, there were many local fiddlers that played their harmonica or the violin at the celebrations. A few generations ago, it was actually custom in Denmark that all school teachers were required to play the violin, so they could teach the children music. These parties were cheerful with drinking, singing, and dancing. The food would come from the local production, and the most common dishes were roast pork, Cumberland sausage, potatoes, and hulled barley boiled in milk. The drinks were mainly beer and schnapps. People would dress in their local traditional clothing and dance local folkloric dances. One of the most important, if not the most important characteristic of a celebration in Denmark is the singing of folk songs. Danes have songs for all seasons and all occasions, and on this occasion, Danes sing songs in praise of harvest and in praise of autumn. Here I shortly introduce the two most important. The hay has been reaped, and we plowed and we sowed.
Marken er meget og høet er høstet, kornet er i ladderne og høet står i hæs. Frugten er plukket og træet er rystet, og nu går det hjemme med det aller sidste læs. Rev vi marken let, det er gammel ret, fuglen og den fattige skal også være mæt. Rev vi marken let, det er gammel ret, fuglen og den fattige skal også være mæt. Lågen vi pynter med blomster og blade, vi har georginer og bunderoser nok. Børnene danser allerede så glade, alle vore piger står ventende i flok. Bins og kronikerens fure her til lands, slutter høsten altid med et gilde og en dans. Bins og kronikerens fure her til lands, slutter høsten altid med et gilde og en dans.
Vi pløjede og vi såede vores sæd i sorten jord. Så bad vi ham os hjælpe, som højt i himlen bor. Og han lod snefald hegne mod frosten barsk og hård. Han lod det tø og regne og varme mild i vår. Alle gode gaver, de kommer oven ned. Så tak da Gud, ja pris dog Gud for al hans kærlighed.
Tradition have changed because a smaller part of the population is involved in farming and because the process is less toilsome today. But the traditions are still held alive, and especially in order to educate children as they grow up, although they are kept more alive in the countryside than in the city. Many will also choose to host parties in the local community center, or sometimes the priest hosts dinner and evening lectures at the parish residence. Besides this holiday, another celebration day of St. Morten is celebrated on November 10th. This holiday was originally a harvest celebration, but has changed its meaning over time. Moreover, this period of the year was the period for the slaughter of animals and therefore focuses heavily on fresh meat besides cereals. So that's a short introduction to celebrations of harvest in Denmark, and thank you very much for letting me talk.
Thank you, Miss Lissie Brobjerg, for sharing Danish songs and generous culture. Danes are not only grateful for God's blessing, but they are also caring for the poor so that they can survive the cold winter. That's really beautiful. The year 2021 has been a difficult year for the whole world due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and it is an opportunity for us to reflect on how valuable it is to be able to spend time with our families, to be able to go outside, and to be close to nature, to be free to live in a city or in the countryside. All of these things are a blessing. It's a good time to reflect on how we interact with others and our surroundings. We could be kind and respectful to the world's different cultures while also being grateful to heaven and earth. Next, let's use the song Wish and a devout heart to wish for the world's recovery from the COVID-19 pandemic so that mankind and the earth can be balanced and restored to a pure heart and a pure earth.
Erase heartache and pain from before.
Our program has come to an end now. Thank you for watching GPDN virtual event today. Please continue following our channel.